Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the one thing that can change your life forever: the desire to get better. It is an insatiable hunger, a drive that propels you to rise above mediocrity, to overcome challenges, and to turn obstacles into opportunities. But it doesn't come easily, and it doesn't come without effort. You see, the desire to get better is not just about setting goals or wishing for success. It's about a commitment to improve yourself, day in and day out. It's about waking up every morning with the determination to be better than you were yesterday. But here's the truth: the journey to improvement requires discipline. It's about developing the right habits, making tough choices, and maintaining focus when distractions are everywhere. You can't expect greatness to fall into your lap. It's earned one small decision at a time. Now, I know there will be moments when you'll feel like giving up, when progress seems too slow, or when the road ahead feels too tough. But remember, it's in those moments that your desire to get better is truly tested. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well. It's when things get tough that your true character is formed. So what will you do when faced with setbacks? Will you quit, or will you push through and make yourself better? The choice is yours. The desire to get better is the difference between living a life of regret and living a life of achievement. Choose to get better every single day. Your potential is greater than you realize, but it will only be unlocked through consistent effort and a relentless pursuit of improvement. Don't just wish for success, make it your mission to earn it. Your future self will thank you for it. It all starts with the burning desire to get better. Without it, your dreams will stay just that, dreams. It's your desire that fuels your future. Improvement isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent efforts that compound over time. Success doesn't come by chance. It's the result of daily habits. If you desire to get better, you must cultivate the right habits. The more disciplined you are in your efforts to improve, the more freedom you'll have in your life. Discipline isn't restrictive. It's the key to unlocking your full potential. Growth is a constant process. Commit yourself to lifelong learning. The better your knowledge, the better your results. If you're not aiming for greatness, you'll settle for mediocrity. The desire to get better means setting high standards and never accepting anything less. Don't shy away from obstacles. They're the stepping stones to your improvement. It's through overcoming challenges that we grow stronger. You must track your growth. Take stock of where you are today and compare it to where you were yesterday. Growth is tangible when you measure it. The people around you will either lift you up or hold you back. Choose to spend your time with those who share your desire to get better. Once you've achieved a certain level of success, don't stop. There's always room for improvement. The desire to get better should be a lifelong commitment. Your future is shaped by the desire you have today. It's the intensity of that desire that determines whether you rise above mediocrity or settle for an ordinary life. Everything you want in life, whether it's success, wealth, happiness, or fulfillment, begins with a burning desire. Without it, you'll drift through life, reacting to circumstances instead of actively shaping your destiny. A deep desire to get better, to become more, drives the actions that bring results. If your desire is strong enough, it will push you through the tough times, the failures, and the challenges. It's what keeps you going when others give up. When you desire something enough, you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Desire isn't just about wishing for things to change. It's about being willing to put in the effort, make sacrifices, and take the necessary steps to create the future you envision. It's a force that propels you to get out of bed early, put in the work when others are resting, and keep pushing forward even when the results aren't immediate. When your desire is strong, it will cut through the noise, the distractions, and the excuses. It will help you see opportunities where others see obstacles. The stronger your desire, the clearer your vision becomes. And when you can see what you want clearly, you begin to move toward it with confidence and purpose. Your future is not defined by your current situation, but by the strength of your desire to change it. The decisions you make today, driven by that desire, will create the life you live tomorrow. If you want something better, you must have the desire to go after it relentlessly, no matter how long it takes. Desire isn't just the starting point, it's the fuel that powers everything you do. So take a moment to ask yourself, how badly do you want it? Is your desire strong enough to carry you through the challenges ahead? Because your future depends on it. The fire inside you today will determine the life you lead tomorrow. Never underestimate the power of desire. It is the force that transforms dreams into reality. The path to success isn't always about making big, bold moves. Often, the greatest progress comes from the small, consistent improvements you make each day. It's easy to overlook the value of these little efforts, but they are the building blocks of monumental achievements. You don't need to take giant leaps to change your life. What matters most is the steady daily progress you commit to. Think about it. If you improve just 1% each day, that might seem insignificant at first. But over time, those 1% improvements compound into something far greater. The small choices you make, whether it's reading for 20 minutes, making one better decision, or taking a moment to reflect on your goals, are what sets you apart in the long run. It's the accumulation of these small positive changes that will bring about the big results you're looking for. It's important to remember that real progress doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to go from where you are today to where you want to be in one grand leap. It's the little things that add up: your daily habits, your routines, and your willingness to take small actions that move you forward. These improvements might seem almost invisible in the moment, but in time, they create a momentum that propels you to greater heights. Every time you choose to get better, even in a small way, you're making a commitment to your future. You're laying a foundation that will support your long-term goals. Success is not a matter of waiting for the perfect moment to act. It's about showing up day after day and making incremental improvements that add up over time. Remember, success doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. It's about showing up even when progress seems slow, knowing that each small step is part of the bigger picture. Don't get discouraged by the smallness of your progress. Focus instead on the fact that you're moving forward, and that's all that matters. Keep improving one small step at a time, and before you know it, those small improvements will have led you to results you once thought were out of reach. Success isn't something that happens by accident, nor is it a result of a single miraculous event. Success is a habit, a way of living that becomes ingrained in everything you do. It's not about big bursts of effort or a few lucky breaks. It's about showing up consistently and doing the right things over and over again. The successful don't rely on motivation alone. They rely on the habits they've developed through discipline, focus, and persistence. Think about it. Habits are the foundation of everything you do. Whether you realize it or not, your habits determine the quality of your life. If you want success, you have to first look at the habits you're currently practicing. Are they leading you toward your goals, or are they keeping you stuck? The truth is, you can't expect to achieve extraordinary results with ordinary habits. The successful develop habits that are aligned with their vision, and they stick with them day in and day out. It's not about doing a lot of things all at once. It's about doing the right things consistently. Successful people don't necessarily work harder than everyone else, but they work smarter by creating habits that support their goals. They prioritize their time, manage their energy, and develop routines that keep them on track. These small actions, repeated over time, lead to the kinds of results others only dream about. Habits shape your character, and your character shapes your destiny. If you consistently practice positive habits, whether it's reading, planning your day, exercising, or making thoughtful decisions, you build the momentum that carries you toward success. On the other hand, if you fall into bad habits, procrastination, poor time management, and negative thinking, you will only create obstacles for yourself. Success is also about making a conscious choice every day to stay committed to your goals. It's easy to get distracted or lose focus, but the successful person understands that each day is an opportunity to build on what they did yesterday. They know that success doesn't come from one moment of inspiration, but from the cumulative effect of their actions over time. The good news is that habits can be changed. You don't have to wait for a new year or a special occasion to start building successful habits. The key is to start now with small, manageable actions and stay consistent. Once you develop a few positive habits, you'll begin to see results. As those results grow, you'll naturally build confidence, which will lead to even better habits. And in time, you'll find that success is not something you're chasing, it's something you're living. It's simply the natural byproduct of the habits you've cultivated. Discipline isn't a burden, it's the path to freedom. It's easy to see discipline as a restriction, as something that holds you back or limits your choices. But in reality, discipline is the key that unlocks the doors to true freedom. It's the ability to control yourself, to make decisions that align with your goals, and to resist the temptation to stray from your path. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you actually create in your life. Think about it. When you're disciplined, you take control of your time, your habits, and your actions. You're not at the mercy of distractions or whims. You're in charge. And that control is what allows you to live life on your own terms. Without discipline, you're at the mercy of circumstances, constantly reacting instead of acting with purpose. True freedom doesn't come from avoiding responsibility or giving in to instant gratification. It comes from the ability to make choices that will serve you in the long term. When you practice discipline, you free yourself from the negative consequences of poor decisions, bad habits, and procrastination. You're free to create the life you truly want, instead of being stuck in the cycle of dissatisfaction and regret. Discipline might require sacrifices in the short term, doing the hard work now instead of seeking the easy way out, but it always pays off in the long run. By choosing discipline over indulgence, you're investing in your future. You're saying, I choose to be in control of my life and to build the future I want, rather than letting life control me. That's where the freedom lies, in your ability to make the right decisions now that will benefit you later. Discipline gives you the power to focus on what matters most. It helps you say no to the distractions and short-term pleasures that derail your progress. When you choose discipline, you choose the freedom to focus your energy on the things that truly bring you fulfillment and success. It's the freedom to live with purpose, to pursue your passions, and to make a meaningful impact in the world. So the next time you think discipline is holding you back, remember this: it's actually setting you free. It's giving you the tools to create the life you want. It's allowing you to control your future rather than letting life control you. Discipline is not about restriction, it's about creating the freedom to live life to its fullest potential. Learning is the foundation of growth, and growth is the essence of success. If you want to improve your life, you must commit to learning day in and day out. It doesn't matter how old you are, how successful you've become, or how many obstacles you face. Learning is a lifelong pursuit. The world is constantly changing, and the people who succeed are the ones who adapt, evolve, and expand their knowledge. You see, knowledge is the fuel for progress. Without it, you're navigating the world blindfolded, hoping for good results, but never truly understanding why things happen the way they do. The more you learn, the more equipped you become to make better decisions, to see opportunities others miss, and to solve problems more efficiently. When you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start stagnating. The power of learning lies in its ability to transform your thinking. When you learn, you expand your mindset and open yourself up to new possibilities. Learning isn't just about accumulating information, it's about changing the way you think so that you can act more effectively. The person who learns is the person who grows in wisdom, who sees life from a broader perspective, and who has the tools to navigate challenges with confidence. But learning isn't always easy. It requires commitment, effort, and a willingness to be uncomfortable. Learning involves confronting your weaknesses, challenging your assumptions, and putting in the work even when the results aren't immediate. But that's exactly why it's so valuable. It's through the hard work of learning that we build the skills and knowledge that elevate our lives. In today's fast-paced world, the importance of learning has never been greater. New technologies, new industries, and new ideas are emerging all the time. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. The people who succeed are the ones who invest in their education, whether that's formal schooling, reading books, attending seminars, or learning from others. They understand that to stay relevant, to stay competitive, and to stay successful, they must be committed to continuous learning. Ultimately, the more you learn, the more you grow, and the more opportunities you'll have. Learning doesn't just open doors, it builds the skills that allow you to walk through them with confidence. So make it a priority in your life. Every day, seek out knowledge, challenge your mind, and work to be better than you were yesterday. The importance of learning isn't just in what you know today, it's in how what you learn today shapes the person you will become tomorrow. Setting high standards for yourself isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset. It's a commitment to refuse to accept mediocrity and to demand excellence from yourself in everything you do. Too many people go through life on autopilot, doing just enough to get by, but if you want something greater, something extraordinary, you must raise the bar. High standards aren't about perfection, they're about aiming for your best, pushing yourself beyond what's comfortable, and refusing to settle for less than what you're capable of achieving. You see, the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't is often the standards they set for themselves. When you set high standards, you're not just creating goals, you're creating a lifestyle that requires discipline, focus, and relentless effort. You're setting a course that requires you to stretch your limits, overcome obstacles, and continuously improve. It's not about making excuses or accepting failures as the norm. It's about learning from mistakes, getting back up, and holding yourself to the highest level of performance. When you set high standards, you're telling yourself that you're worth the effort. You're telling yourself that you deserve the best and that you won't settle for anything less. The truth is, people will rise to the level of expectations you set for them, but they will also fall to the level of expectations you set for yourself. If you want to attract success, respect, and opportunity into your life, you must first attract them by holding yourself to a higher standard. The way you carry yourself, the quality of your work, the integrity with which you approach every challenge. All of this comes from setting standards that force you to elevate your game. The people who succeed at the highest levels don't do so because they are necessarily more talented or luckier than anyone else. They do so because they set standards that inspire them to perform at a level beyond what most are willing to give. They have a vision of what they want to achieve, and they demand the very best from themselves in order to reach it. You also need to understand that setting high standards means making sacrifices. It means that you're not going to be able to go along with the crowd. It means that you'll need to work harder, smarter, and longer than others. You'll have to stay disciplined in the face of distractions and temptations. But it's in those sacrifices that the rewards come. The higher you set your standards, the more you will achieve and the more you will become. The difference between average and exceptional is found in the small choices you make every day. The decision to give more, to do more, and to be more. Remember, the standards you set for yourself will determine the quality of your life. Set them high and refuse to back down. Because when you demand more from yourself, you create a life that reflects that standard, a life full of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. High standards are not just a way of thinking, they are the foundation of a life that's worth living. Challenges are not something to fear, they are something to embrace. The truth is, challenges are the very things that shape us, test us, and allow us to grow. Too many people shy away from challenges, hoping for an easy path, but the easy path leads nowhere. It's the struggles, the obstacles, and the tough times that forge greatness. It's through adversity that we become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you encounter a challenge, don't see it as a roadblock. See it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself what you're capable of, to stretch beyond your current limits, and to learn new skills that will serve you in the future. Challenges are the testing grounds for success. They give you the chance to develop the mindset and habits needed to achieve your goals. When you embrace them, you position yourself for growth in ways that comfort and ease never could. Think about the most successful people you know, whether in business, sports, or any other field. Do you think they became successful by avoiding challenges? Absolutely not. They became successful because they faced challenges head-on. They saw each obstacle as a chance to refine their strategy, strengthen their character, and push forward when most others would have quit. They understand that challenges are the stepping stones that lead to success. They know that without challenges, there is no progress. When you avoid challenges, you avoid growth. You settle into a comfortable routine, never pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve. But when you embrace challenges, you're constantly growing, constantly learning, and constantly evolving. The key to achieving greatness is not about avoiding hardship, but about being willing to face it, learn from it, and use it as fuel for your journey. Embracing challenges doesn't mean you won't encounter fear, doubt, or frustration along the way. It means you're willing to press on despite those emotions. It means that you've decided that the rewards of growth, success, and achievement are greater than the temporary discomfort of facing difficulty. Every challenge you conquer adds to your confidence, your experience, and your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. You grow not in spite of challenges, but because of them. Don't wait for challenges to go away or for the perfect conditions to show up. Instead, seek them out. Go after the things that seem difficult, that seem impossible, and that test your limits. The more challenges you embrace, the stronger you become, and the closer you get to the success you desire. The road to your dreams is not paved with comfort. It's built on the foundation of challenges faced and conquered. So remember this, challenges are not obstacles, they are opportunities. Embrace them, face them with courage, and let them transform you into the person you're meant to be. Because in the end, it's not the challenges you face that define you, but how you face them. Measuring your progress is essential to understanding where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. It's not enough to just set goals and hope for the best. You must track your growth along the way. Progress is not always visible in the moment, but when you measure it, you gain clarity, motivation, and direction. Without measuring your progress, you're essentially walking blindfolded, unaware of whether you're moving closer to your goals or drifting off course. When you measure your progress, you create a clear benchmark. You know where you started, and you can see how far you've come. This helps you maintain perspective. Progress might seem slow on a day-to-day basis, but when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, you can see the cumulative effect of your efforts. That progress may be incremental, but it's real, and it's building momentum. It's the small steps, the small wins that add up over time and eventually lead to big results. The key to measuring progress isn't just about tracking external achievements like money, status, or recognition. It's about looking at the internal growth as well. How are you improving as a person? Are you becoming more disciplined? More patient? More focused? These internal improvements are just as important, if not more so, than external results. The true measure of success is not in what you have, but in who you become. And when you measure both your external and internal growth, you get a complete picture of your progress. Measuring progress also helps you stay motivated. It's easy to get discouraged if you're not seeing immediate results, but when you measure your progress regularly, you can celebrate the small victories. These wins, no matter how small, fuel your desire to keep going. They remind you that your efforts are not in vain, and they help you stay on track when the going gets tough. Motivation comes from seeing that progress is being made, even if it's not as fast as you'd like. Another reason measuring progress is so important is because it helps you adjust your course when necessary. If you're not measuring where you are, how do you know when you're off track? Without regular assessments, you might continue in a direction that's not serving you, wasting time, energy, and resources. But when you measure progress, you can identify areas where you need to improve and make adjustments. This ensures that you're not just moving for the sake of moving, you're moving with purpose in the right direction. So whether it's through journaling, tracking milestones, or setting regular check-ins with yourself, make sure you're measuring your progress consistently. Review where you started, where you are, and where you want to go. Keep a record of your growth, both big and small. Because the more you measure, the more you'll realize that success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And every step forward is progress worth celebrating. Don't wait until you've reached your ultimate goal to acknowledge your growth. Celebrate each small win along the way and let that progress propel you toward even greater success. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you up or drag you down. The truth is, your environment, especially the people in it, plays a massive role in shaping who you are and what you accomplish. If you want to achieve greatness, you must choose to be around those who inspire, challenge, and support you. The right people will push you to be better, encourage you when you're down, and share their wisdom and experiences to help you grow. The wrong people, on the other hand, will keep you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity and negativity. When you surround yourself with people who are constantly striving to improve, you'll naturally start to adopt that mindset as well.